Hi guys, welcome to Kindergarten Reading. This is Module 9, Week 1, Lesson 3. And the title of our lesson is Key Details, Why Living Things Need Homes. Our focus question today will be how do readers know which details are important? And that's a really important thing to look at as we read books, especially informational books, right? We need to know what details am I reading that are super important and what are not. That brings us right to our lesson objective. Today, we will identify key details in informational text. We will evaluate or really look at these details to determine or decide they're important. So we're going to really look at those details and decide if it's important or if it's not so important. Before we get started on that, let's just go over what a central idea is and what key details are. So our task today is that we are going to look for facts or examples that give more information about the central idea. And remember, the central idea is living things need a home. We know that. That's the central idea. But we also want to find those key details or those examples that give more information about that. So let's take a look and remind ourselves about some of this important vocabulary. Topic is what a text is about in 1 or 2 words. Short, quick, the topic. The central idea is the most important idea in the text. So in our text, the most important idea is that living things need homes. And then the key details, they're facts or examples that give information about that central idea. They support that central idea. So let's take a look for key details. Are you ready? Now, as we go back and read from this book, Why Living Things Need Homes, be sure to ask yourself, does this section, does this part of the book tell me more about the central idea? And if it does, think to yourself, what does it tell us? Keep those 2 questions in your brain. Let's say them one more time so we can really keep them in our brain because you'll need them. As I'm reading, I want you to be thinking these questions. When I'm reading, you're thinking, does this section tell me more about the central idea? What does it tell us? Here we go. Keep those questions in your brain. Why do living things need homes? Homes keep living things safe. Homes keep living things safe from the weather. Homes keep animals safe from other animals. Homes keep animals warm and dry. This section was all about why living things need homes. And what examples did you hear? Oh my gosh, I'm sure you're shouting out so many things. The weather, to keep them safe and warm. Yeah, and we can put all of those ideas together and say them in one sentence that supports the central idea. So we're going to take all those key details we just heard and kind of squish them into one sentence and then use that as a key detail that supports our main idea. So take a look at the page here on page 100 in your book. Right in the middle, it says central idea, living things need homes. Right? We know that's the central idea. Now, we just read a few pages that gave us some key details about why, key details to support that central idea, right? Why living things need a home. So let's put them together. Let's put them together in a nice, simple sentence. Living things need homes to stay safe from weather and other animals. That was pretty much what that section of the story talked about, right? So we can use that sentence as our first key detail. So right up here at the top box, I'm going to write that living things need homes to stay safe. Notice that L, that's got to be uppercase. It's uppercase right here and uppercase right here because it's the start of our sentence. And you already know that. We've gone over that quite a few times. And that's not all. Then I've drawn pictures to match my text, right? Here's a picture of the weather. And here's a picture of an animal going back down into his burrow to stay safe from other animals. This is a really important key detail for why living things need homes. Now the readers know, and now we know, we have a clear picture about why living things need homes. I wonder, can we find another key detail? Do you think you're ready? Let's try. Now remember, there's 2 important questions that you've got to think about. Does this section tell more about the central idea? What does it tell us? These are those questions you're going to keep in your brain. You did a great job doing it for detail 1. Let's try to get another. Ready? Listen close and think. Does this section tell me more about the central idea? What does it tell us? Listen. How do living things use homes? Some living things sleep in their homes. Foxes sleep in their homes. Some living things eat in their homes. Birds bring food to their nest. Some living things care for their young in their homes. People care for their young in their homes. What do some living things do in their homes? How do these details give more information about the central idea why living things need homes? Are you thinking about it? Let me give you a hint. I'm just going to show you the picture, and I want you to think about what that section just told us. Take a look at that picture with a young animal and a grown-up animal. What did they tell us about what living things do in their homes? People do this too. Are you thinking about it? Oh, I think you're ready. So in a moment, I'm going to tell you to pause this video. You're going to go into Flipgrid and you're going to tell your teacher what were the other things that you noticed living things do in their homes. I gave you a picture of them caring for their young, right? That was one of them. That was my hint. But what were the other things you saw them doing in their homes? What other pictures could we add here? Are you ready? Okay. You're going to go into Flipgrid and you're going to say, in living things' homes, what do? They care for their young, but what else? Are you ready? Ready, set, pause. Did you go into Flipgrid and tell your teacher about all of the other things that you noticed living things doing in their homes? Oh, great. Well, then you're ready to finish up this page. So let's do it. Here are our key details, right? Living things need homes to stay safe. And I bet you said living things need homes to sleep. You might have said sleep. We saw that. Eat. Remember, we saw that spider eating. And raise their young. And that was the detail I gave you, that hint I gave you. So now you're ready to do this on your own. So turn to page 100 and you're going to fill it in with your sentence and your pictures, right? We want the pictures to match the sentence perfectly, just like when we read stories that the picture matches the sentence, same thing. And remember, they're key details that support our central idea. Living things need homes. Could you say that central idea with me? Say, the central idea is living things need homes. Great. And we already did the first one together, right? Living things need homes to stay safe. And now you get to do the second one using all of that information we just talked about with what animals and people and all living things do in their home. When you're done, I want you to go into Flipgrid to share your work with your teacher. And be sure to explain how the key details that you added explain more about the central idea. Right? You might say, well, I know that living things need homes to stay safe. And I know that living things also need homes to sleep and eat and raise their young. And the central idea is that living things need homes. So these details tell me exactly why. Ooh, this is a big task today. Are you ready? Make sure to have a grown-up with you because these are some real big first grade ideas here, key details and central idea. So make sure to have a grown-up with you and make sure to give lots of information to your teacher about what you drew. Good luck, guys. See you soon.